In this video today, I'm going to be making an automation which will help generate video ideas based on YouTube comments from popular channels in the automation space. So what this will do will run once a day on its own. So we'll run each morning so that I wake up to a message on Telegram with the generated video ideas. How it's going to do that, we'll check a few channels in the space. So I've got about 5 that I'm sort of looking to make a YouTube channel that's similar to. It'll read the comments, so it's going to grab 20 of the most recent ones and 20 of the most liked comments, just for a bit of variation. It'll then classify those comments to see whether they're actually asking for a video, like a video request on a specific subject. It'll then send those comments to an AI model to pick the top 3 best ideas from those comments, and it will send that to me on Telegram. So I'm going to build it all for free. I'm going to be using Cloudflare workers, so their free plan. You can host bots for free for 100,000 requests per day. So that's well within our use case here. It'll be using the YouTube data API, so YouTube themselves expose their own API for access to comments and things like that. Also for the model, we'll be using Gemini from Google, so their free option as well. We can use the latest one, 3.5 Flash and 3.1 Flash Lite for the comment classification, and the better one there will be used for the idea generation itself. So they've got free limits as well, and it'll be well within our limits for our use case here. So with that, we'll also then send it to Telegram. So each morning, as I mentioned, it'll send me the message directly to a Telegram bot that I've created. If that video is of interest to you, feel free to follow along and we'll get started. So the first thing will be just open up Claude code. So I've got a bit of an explanation of the automation that I would like to create. In this case, the prompt isn't as so getting started here, I'm just opening up Claude code. So what I've done here, I've just generated a bit of a prompt of the automation that I would like to make. Not as detailed as sometimes you may see with sort of these YouTube videos with sort of expansive prompts. But what I've done here, I'm using /PRD. That's actually a skill that I've created, which creates project requirement document, which will then be used by the AI to create the automation for us. So I'll leave a link to download the skill below if you would like it. So what this will help us do is I've basically given it an idea of the automation I would like to create, but the technical details and things like that kept it pretty minimal. But it's going to go through a round of questions with us till it gets clarity on what we're actually looking to create. This helps it sort of make a document that's very detailed and very specific to our needs and doesn't give us any results that we're not looking for. Sometimes with these AI models, if you're not very clear on what you want specifically, it'll just guess and the result may not be what you actually want. So I've found that making a very detailed document of specifically what I want really helps. So I'm not going to explain the prompt here. It's basically just what I've mentioned at the start of the video. But I'm just going to click enter here. It's going to read through that and start asking me a few rounds of questions to get specific on what we're looking to make. So this skill here is pretty detailed, sort of makes a score based on how clear it is of what we're actually looking to create. And then it's going to ask us rounds, sorry about that, it's going to ask us rounds of questions to get a bit more clear on what we're actually looking to create, and that score is going to update itself once we answer the questions. So just read through these here. So this first one here, I'm just going to go with the recommended one, so hard code the list of the channels. We can probably make it a bit more detailed later on where we can update it and edit it, but happy just to target the hard-coded list to start off with. So that's number one. The model names. Yep, so these are actual model names. So based on Claude's knowledge, it's probably in the past, but it's since updated to those as well. I'll just say, leave a note saying yep. Okay, so, and the time frame based on Sydney, so not based in Australia at the moment, to Colombia. Alrighty. Then once I've answered those, was that 72 before? We'll see what it comes out to now. So it's probably doing a web search to see if those are actual models. Just give that some time. All right, for round two, first question is about sort of edge cases here of any runs. So I'm going to go with 4A, the recommended one. If the video has already been processed and a prior run, still reprocess it because the comments change, that's fine. And if the comments are disabled, just skip it silently, that's fine as well. For number 5, the Telegram errors. So what counts as an error worth sending and how noisy. Yeah, we just want a summary in one message, that's fine. 6. Yep, that's fine as well. So with this skill, it's pretty good with sort of recommending the best option as well, but sometimes it's sort of not matching exactly what I want, so then you can just leave notes as well. Okay, scores 92 out of 100 now, so this final one actually will be generating the project requirements document. So it's got clear on what we're actually looking to make, got a clear idea of the time and everything else that we need. So once that one's generated, we'll be able to generate the automation. Okay, so that's been generated now. I'll just have a quick click into that and show you. So very detailed document of exactly what we're looking to create. So that's why this skill is really good to make this sort of document that the AI will then be able to follow. We can use a model that's not so intensive, so we can just run it on low because the document basically has explained everything that we need. So I'll open up a new session just to start a new chat. It's always good after some heavy brainstorming session like this to start a new session, so then all this conversation isn't in the context window. Since we've already created the document, we've done the heavy lifting now, we'll start a new session and its context can be just focus on that document and not send all this irrelevant information in the context of the messages that I'm sending. So I'm just going to open up a new session, change that, and then I'm just going to reference the document, say please build this. And I'm just going to let that run. Probably doesn't need any input from us from now. I'll check back in at the end once that's completed, and I'll let you know how it went. Alright, so that's finished now. So that took no longer than about 3 to 4 minutes. And then what I've done here is just ask for a simple HTML document for the steps that I need to do. in a bit of like a to-do list where I can just click it off as I go to get this up and running. So I like to do that, especially for beginners. It's really good. It can talk quite technical about what you need to get up and running, so I just ask for simple step-by-step instructions just so I don't make any mistakes. It's created that document for us here. And here are all the steps. So I won't go through them now with you, just because it involves API keys, which need to be protected as they're like passwords, things like that. But first we'll need to make sure that we've got Node installed. I've got that installed. I have a Cloudflare account, a YouTube data API. I've got an API key for Gemini, and the Telegram bot as well. So I've created all of those. If you need to create that, it's got the instructions here. Otherwise, feel free just to go to the model itself and ask for a detailed explanation on any of these if you get stuck. So from there, we need to install all the dependencies for the automation. So it's giving us the folder as well. So I'll just open up a terminal. Okay, and then npm install. Done that. Need to make sure we're logged into the Cloudflare workers CLI. So using npx wrangler login. I've already done that as well. Then it's given us a script here, so it needs the channel IDs of the YouTube channels that I added before. So I'll need to run that in the terminal as well using the YouTube API key, and then it'll run this script that it's created. And then it'll print out all those channels, and I've got to add it to the code as well. I can also just give it the channels that it comes back with, and it'll add it itself. So I'll do that now. Okay, so I've got a list of the channel IDs here. I'll just ask it to please add those in the config, just based on the note that it asked. I could do that manually, of course, but hey, we've got AI now. And then we just need to upload all our API keys to the Cloudflare worker, so we'll be able to get access to everything that we've connected it to. So it'll be the YouTube, Gemini, Telegram, and what's that? Okay, so I'll get that done now. Okay, now that I've added all the API keys, the next step is to test it locally. I'm just going to test in production, so we can ignore those, and then deploy it to Cloudflare. So I've run that as well. The final step will be to actually trigger it manually. So I've written a little script that will just basically run that curl command with the password. Just didn't want to show the password as well. So I'll do /run sh. Okay, and we'll just see this play out. So I'll open up Telegram, and hopefully that comes through shortly. Perfect, so that's come through now. And awesome, it's got 3 ideas here for us. It's got the name of the YouTube channel it's come from and what failed as well. So we'll need to look into why those failed. But yeah, that's the automation today, guys. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And I've got a link down below to this skill as well for free download if you'd like.